Welcome to the show, everybody. Joseph Robert, the fantasy football counselor. I'm excited. The second day of the NFL draft is complete, and we know where all the top rookie running backs have ended up. I'm super excited. I love the running back position. I love analyzing the running back position. And now that we know where some of these top studs ended up, we now can kind of determine their fantasy football value and project it out and see which running backs can really succeed for fantasy football 2020. I've got three guys I really love here for fantasy football 2020. I want to share with you. I'm excited to share this list with you because these guys could potentially crack the top 10. Yes, that's the upside here with these three running backs I'm going to share with you guys. Let's get to it. Welcome to the show, everybody. Joseph Robert. I'm excited talking about three rookie running backs that are in a position to really dominate fantasy football 2020. I'm excited to share these guys with you and tell you where I think you should possibly draft them and how you should kind of integrate them onto your fantasy football roster for 2020. Before I get into that, guys, available now for pre-order. I will be releasing the full version of it in a few days here. The 16-round draft solution, guys, there's a link below, or head on over to thefantasyfootballcounselor.com. It's the first ever video training where I give you all the optimal players at each position. I've laid it out. In fact, I'm sitting here studying right now, and there's around 16 running backs that are in a really good position to get a ton of volume this season. So yes, you can really avoid that committee and get those running backs that could be true workhorses on your roster. So I'm doing the research. I'm diving in for you guys right now. Link here below. And of course, get to thefantasyfootballcounselor.com and get the 16-round draft solution, the first ever video training. And I update the notes up until the season starts. All right, so who are the three running backs that I like the most out of all the running backs that were drafted in the 2020 draft? Now, again, one thing I look at is what position they landed in, what team they landed on, how much volume they'll get. That's something I look at. Now, these three guys could potentially be the starters and could potentially be the workhorses. I'm going to tell you guys which guy I like the best, which guy is in the best position to succeed, all that right here, right now. All right, first guy I want to talk about, and this guy is probably in the most ideal position out of all the running backs drafted. Again, a ton of talent at the running back position. Anyone can emerge. But the guy I'm talking about is Cam Akers, okay? 5'11", 215 out of Florida. Listen, I love this guy, okay? Gurley is no longer there. Now, I was saying in a previous video that Darrell Henderson could be the workhorse if and only if they don't acquire anybody else. But listen, clearly the Rams don't believe in Darrell Henderson. I thought in some, unforeseen circumstance that if they don't draft anybody else, they could potentially make him the workhorse, and they were kind of preserving him. Not the case. Listen, Cam Akers is going to be that workhorse. Again, 5'11", 215, drafted in the second round. He's got the home run speed. He can catch the balls. Last year, guys, in college, 231 attempts, 14 touchdowns. This guy can really, really dominate. Over 1,000 yards. In fact, 1,144 yards on the ground. 30 receptions for 225 receiving yards. Listen, this guy can be a workhorse on the Rams. We know the Rams like to run a workhorse. They want that young, durable guy, a strong guy, a home run hitter that's got the speed, can catch the ball in the backfield. And I believe this guy could be the guy. He's in a position to succeed. Now, all these guys, the three running backs I love, I'm not saying go draft them in the second round. That's not what I'm saying. There's going to be a full strategy. I'm going to find out where their ADPs are, and we're going to snipe these guys before anybody else drafts them, okay, as our RB3, RB4 on our roster. That's what we want to do. We want to get those running backs as early as possible without overreaching, right? We don't want to overreach for these guys, but we want to get them as early as possible and not give up too much, but get that home run guy. And again, I've done this before. I may have reached years ago with Kareem Hunt, but he's the one that kind of broke out for me. I've had running backs break out for me for years. David Johnson. I know when to hold them, know when to fold them. You got to know when to get these guys, and that's what I explained in the 16-round draft solution. But again, Cam Akers, the guy I absolutely love, that could take that starting role there with ease. Not much resistance. There's not much resistance for him to take that job. I love him. A ton of upside. Again, great landing spot. A ton of fantasy potential upside here for Fantasy Ball 2020. Cam Akers is the guy I love. Next guy here. Absolutely love the talent. Now, you guys are going to say there's a committee, blah, blah, blah. But listen, there's not going to be a committee. Jonathan Taylor, 5'10", 220 out of Wisconsin. Power, speed, vision. This guy was a workhorse for 3 years, man. Absolutely dominant. The last years he played in college, 320 attempts, 21 touchdowns, 6.3 yards per carry. He did have 26 receptions. He's not known to be a pass-catching running back. But listen, the guy can still catch the ball. Again, a true workhorse, an absolute beast, very, very dominative. This guy can dominate the game. And again, the Colts need that. You know, years to wow me. I'm not wowed with Marlon Mack. Yes, he played 14 games last year, but again, he's been shown to have injuries in the past. He did get 247 attempts, which is great because that's going to go over to Jonathan Taylor. Listen, I'm not sold on Mack, and clearly the Colts aren't either. They want that true workhorse running back, and they're going to get it with Jonathan Taylor. We're definitely going to have to see where his ADP lands because this guy could definitely come in, steal a job, and be the workhorse. Now, I know you guys are saying Hines is there and Wilkins and all these guys. Listen, those guys suck. They couldn't even pass Marlon Mack on the depth chart. So I absolutely love, when I say absolutely love Jonathan Taylor for Fantasy Ball 2020. A ton of upside. I'm going to be trying to draft him as an RB3, RB4 on my roster. Again, his ADP could rise, right? We don't know. His ADP could rise, you know, in the summer as you find out he makes the top of the depth chart. You know, we don't know. But definitely a guy you definitely want to target. Keep him on your radar as a stash, as a backup. A guy you definitely want to be targeting. Major fantasy football breakout potential. And he is a fantasy football rookie running back you definitely want to target for 2020. Love Jonathan Taylor. Love the upside and the opportunity. Again, Mack, I'm not really concerned about, but he may be a bit of a pest. You know, he may come down on some pass catching situations. Mack may come in, but I'm not too excited. Third guy here. Now, again, I do like other guys. I like Swift. He's there with Kerryon. Kerryon's not a threat. You know, I may add him in more videos. I may start taking more of a shine to him, but that's not the guy I want to talk about here. But DeAndre Swift is another guy you want to target. There's a bonus one for you right there. But the guy I'm talking about is my third running back that I love, and I'll tell you why I love him, is Clyde EdwardsHelaire. Okay? Helaire. You know, I keep messing up the name, but guys, it's simply, you know how you say Claire, but it's Hilaire, but you minus the H, and it's Hilaire. Clyde, just call him Clyde Edwards. This guy, listen, I'm still struggling with a lot of these names, okay? Bear with me here. Clyde Edwards is a guy I absolutely love. Now, the only problem with him, let's talk about his negatives, is that he only had one season where he was a workhorse. That was last year. That is my issue. LSU running back, we know they turn out good products at the running back position. We've seen it with guys like Fournette. Listen, I like him. Now, he's only had the one season as a workhorse, 215 attempts for 1,400 yards, 16 touchdowns on the ground. The guy had 55 receptions, so he can catch the ball out of the backfield. That's the negative. Again, the negative is that he had 1 year. Now, the good thing about him is he bounces off tacklers. Great vision, phenomenal vision, small, compact, low center of gravity, agile, can run in the middle, can run on the outside. I mean, this guy is a guy, I mean, he's 5'8", 210, a little bit undersized, you know, compared to some of the other guys, maybe a Jonathan Taylor who's got a couple inches on him, Cam Akers who's got 3 inches on him. But again, here's why I like him so much. Listen, trust me, I hate the committee. I hate the fact that they got DeAndre Washington, or they got Washington, they've got, you know, Damian Williams there. I hate that, right? I hate that. But the fact of the matter is that he can pass these guys with absolute ease. Clyde Edwards can pass these guys because, again, Williams, years to wows, we're not wowed. Can't stay healthy. The guy was injured in training camp last year. You know, Williams is not built to be a workhorse, neither is Washington. So I love Clyde Edwards as a guy that could emerge and be that running back. I did a whole video on this, on why he could be, you know, he's got that high ceiling. Obviously, he comes with risk. I'm not saying he's going to be your RB1 or RB2. Draft him as your RB3, maybe even the third round. Steal him there. The upside and the ceiling is there. And what I do like is I look at trends. And again, they tried to bring in McCoy thinking, you know, I see things before even the coaches see them, before the scouts see them. And I look at him like, McCoy sucks. And they tried to make him a workhorse running back. And they even benched Williams there, giving McCoy a shot. But McCoy sucked. He was fumbling, carrying the ball outside of his body, like, you know, a yard away. It was crazy. Listen, I love Clyde Edwards here for 2020. The upside is there. Could be another cream hunt from 2017. I love this opportunity, guys. I'm all over this as a guy I'm getting in my drafts, you know, whenever I can. Again, with risk. This is why I go robust RB, so I cover myself. So if I get, let's say, a Saquon Barkley or Henry, come back, get myself maybe a Jacobs or something like that, right? Then I can get myself a Clyde Edwards or a guy like a rookie after I've secured my 2 workhorses early on, so that I don't feel like, okay, well, yeah, I got Clyde Edwards, he could bust, and he's in a committee, that's fine, but he's got that high ceiling, and that's what you guys should do when you approach any of these rookie running backs. You should approach them with the thought process that these guys could really break out and have amazing years, and I'm getting them for the best value. And again, you got to snipe them at the right point. You got to know where their ADP is, because if you don't, you're going to overpay too much, or you might just miss out on them completely and someone else is going to steal them from you. You don't want that. And I explain that all in my 16-round draft solution, guys. Scrap the draft kits, scrap the cheat sheets. This is the absolute game changer, guys. Head on over to thefantasyfootballcounselor.com. This is a game changer, or there's a link below. So again, just to recap, Jonathan Taylor, Cam Akers, and Clyde EdwardsHelaire in the best position to succeed as of right now. Now, mind you, there could be other guys that could break out, right? DeAndre Swift could break out. We don't really know, guys, okay? Now, even Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they may be running a committee. They just drafted Deshaun Vaughn, I believe, that's going to back up Rojo, or Rojo could be his backup. We don't know. Any of these guys could go off. We don't really know, guys. But we do know the Tampa Bay Buccaneers like to run the ball. We've seen it, Peyton Barber, but he sucked. They did make an improvement on their O-line, which is great. They've got Brady. They got some weapons to spread the field out. I'm excited, man. Either Rojo or Vaughn could go off as well. So again, there's a ton of sleepers, a ton of breakouts, but these are as of right now. The draft just happened, guys. Bear with me. Don't come at me and say, you told me Clyde Edwards and he busted. Listen, I'm not telling you to draft them early, but I'm telling you there's a high ceiling, and this is my initial reaction, guys, after the draft on rookie running backs I love. Right after the draft, Again, this is going to change. We're going to see how the depth charts kind of form together. Again, I'm super excited about 2020 fantasy football. And again, I love rookie running backs. I love getting them and stealing them away from the potential because of the potential upside, stealing them away from my league mates. Absolutely love it. All right, guys, make sure you guys smash thumbs up, leave a comment. Who do you really love at the running back position? Love to hear your feedback as a rookie. Again, I think these guys are in a great position to succeed, especially Cam Akers. Let me know your thoughts. Love these guys. And I will see you in the next video. We'll talk soon.